My name is Kim. Welcome to Healing Cottage Homestead. Welcome to my kitchen. I'm so happy to have you with me today, and Happy New Year. Today is January 1st. So I am going to make a pork loin and sauerkraut recipe. I am also doing the Three Rivers Challenge, which is where Three Rivers Homestead has come up with a pantry challenge where you, for the month, at least for the month of January, you can do January and February, but at least for the month of January, you use everything that's in your pantry, in your freezer, in your fridge, and you make a decision before you start the challenge of what you're going to allow yourself to buy. So like I've set aside $100 so that I can buy fresh fruit and vegetables, because I eat a lot of salad, I eat a lot of fruit, so I'm not going to go without those things during the month. So I've set aside money for that, as well as eggs, and if I would need milk, but I don't really use a lot of milk, so I don't foresee that I'm going to need it. But I'm doing that as well. So we're using up the rest of this pork loin that we made yesterday into, what did we make? We made pork chops. So it won't have been yesterday when you watch this, but we're salting and peppering these, and we're going to add some paprika. I thought that was an interesting mix with the pork, and we're going to brown our pork. Okay, so while our pork is browning, we are going to get our other ingredients ready, and this actually calls for some onion. So we're going to slice up some onion, and actually we're going to go ahead and get our sauerkraut in the pan first. Well, maybe we will. There we go. So today's the first, and they say that whatever you do on the first is what you're going to be doing the rest of the year. So when the Y opened this morning, I was there at 10 o'clock. They opened because of the holiday later. And I went there and walked. I walked, I think, 1.64 miles in 28 minutes. And I came home and took a nap. So, in the chair. I didn't mean to, but that wore me out. So, and I did stay up late for me last night. I'm not a late person, and I stayed up till about 10 o'clock. I'm going to use 2 cans of sauerkraut. And I'm browning this on all 4 sides. My sauerkraut doesn't have much liquid in it, so we're going to use some water too. And I lined my pan with tin foil just to make it easier to clean up. You obviously can do whatever works for you. You could do this in a Dutch oven. Whatever you would like. And we're going to use about a half a cup of brown sugar. Mix that up. I just cut right through that tin foil. And then we're going to top this with some caraway seeds. I have never used my caraway seeds, so I don't know. The only way I actually think I've eaten caraway seeds, I might have eaten it in bread before, but I know that my mom used to get a cheese. It was a white cheese, maybe a Swiss cheese, and it had caraway seeds in it, and that was delicious. I'm going to slice up this onion and lay that on top of our sauerkraut. And I have the oven preheated at 325. But I saw this recipe online with the caraway seeds, and I thought, that sounds absolutely delicious. So we're going to give it a try. And now that I've browned this on all sides, we're going to put that on top of our pork, or on top of our sauerkraut. And then we are going to cover it with tin foil. And then we're going to put this in the oven for about 2 hours. And then we are going to come back and give our dish a taste. Oh, I forgot. I wanted to put some water in with the dish. If your sauerkraut has a lot of liquid, you don't need to put water, but mine does not. So I'm adding water so that it kind of steams the pork and makes it more tender. So I added about a cup of water, and I will come back in about an hour and check to make sure that it's not drying out. If it is, I'll add more water. Okay, friends, it has been 2 hours. This is what it looks like. I am going to cut into this. I did check the temperature. going to take a minute for this to cool down, and I don't want to take a big bite. So I'm going to tell you about the nutrition information while we're waiting for this bite to cool off for me. And it has 419 calories, 14 grams of fat, 142 milligrams of cholesterol, so not great there, 18 grams of carbs, and 52 grams of protein. So definitely diabetic friendly, and the carbs are low enough that if you wanted to, you could have a little bit of mashed potatoes with this, which for New Year's Day I am going to do. So let me give this a taste. It's still hot. I can taste the caraway seeds. They add depth to it. The sauerkraut is sweet, but also still has a bite to it. The pork is very tender, and you know me that I don't normally take the time to brown first, but it does taste different, and it does taste better. So I have to think about that in the future. The onions add to the overall depth of flavor. So I think this is a winner. I think this is actually better than the pork loin that I did in the slow cooker with apples and sauerkraut. This is better than that. This is really good. Not that that wasn't good. This is really good. So I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. It really does help me if you subscribe to my channel, Healing Cottage Homestead. You can also follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. I post videos every Tuesday and Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern that are always diabetic friendly, often low carb, slow cooker, instant pot, you name it. I try and cover all the bases. I even have gluten-free and vegetarian dishes sometimes. And this is a gluten-free dish. So, winner, winner, chicken dinner or pork dinner. So, anyway, I also post videos on Sunday, and now for the month of January, I'm going to be talking more about the Three Rivers Challenge, which I mentioned at the beginning of today's video, where I am doing a no spend January, and I'm not buying groceries. I'm using what's in my pantry, what's in my freezers, what's in my fridge, and just looking forward to seeing how that worked, seeing if that is a challenge for me. I can tell you that this morning I wanted to get an Egg McMuffin. That's one of my still fast food pleasures, is an Egg McMuffin. I think with the Canadian bacon and the egg and the cheese, and if I only eat one half of the muffin, it doesn't spike my blood sugar. So I continue to have those occasionally. And when I was at the Y this morning, I thought, oh, and I hadn't eaten anything, and it was 10:30, and I was like, oh man, I really would like an Egg McMuffin. And I thought, you know what I could do? I have points on the McDonald's app, and you can get an Egg McMuffin. And so I thought, I'll do that. Well, you can't get anything breakfast after 10:30. So on the using your points. And I did not want to spend any money, so I didn't do that this morning. But we'll see how I get through the rest of the month. Anyway, I really enjoyed our time together today, friends, and I look forward to cooking with you again soon and well into this new year. Thank you again for being a part of my channel, and I'll talk to you soon.